On this episode, we talk to Eric Bent of SWBA. Eric gives us a breakdown on calico fishing, sand bass fishing, and spotted bay bass. He also breaks down his tournament series, SWBA, and a boat accident that almost took his life. What do you do if you got a shit?
What's that?
What do you do if you got a shit?
See that bucket right there?
You crap in that bucket?
Yeah. What about you?
I've never had to crap. I don't eat before we go out, dude. What are we looking at today? What fish are we going to hit?
The usual suspects, sand bass and calico bass, and then maybe, if we're lucky, in those backwaters, maybe a spotted bay bass.
Tell us a little bit about the history of like calico, sand bass, spotted bay bass.
Well, in this area, there's three sections of a breakwater. You have the Cabrillo section, the Federal breakwater, and then the Long Beach section. It's home to a lot of bass, sand bass, calico bass. There's even broomtail grouper. Every once in a while you hear somebody catch a broomtail grouper, but it's really fertile. There's a lot of kelp growing on it, so that just attracts a lot of fish. What do we got going here? Seems all right. Something ain't cool.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Let's talk about boat problems.
Boat stands for break out another 1,000.
There you go, dude.
Well, I'm gonna try to fix it.
What's wrong, you think?
For some reason, it's not getting fuel into the...
This is real life stuff, guys.
Yeah. Well, I just don't think I'm getting any fuel. See, it's just dry.
Yeah.
Maybe we can get this to work.
Break out another 1,000. Well, Eric has a lot of history with saltwater bass since he started one of the co-founders of the original tournament series. Talk about that, man.
It wasn't really the original tournament series per se. I mean, it was the first one that had kind of been done similar to a freshwater bass format. I was doing little bass tournaments on the Colorado River. And I said, man, we got all this great fishery out here. And it had been going on for years. There had been bass tournaments, whether they were breakwater, nighttime tournaments, or calico tournaments, things like that. But James and I came together and thought, well, you got these spotties, you got the sand bass, you got the calicos, you got breakwater. So we just kind of put a schedule together and it took off. Everybody really enjoyed it because it really hadn't been done in that fashion before.
Yeah. And how long did you have you been doing that for?
15 years.
15 years, man.
I'm taking a break right now. The sport elevated. In those 15 years, it really elevated quickly and it just bloomed. And now you've got other tournaments. You've got a lot of the dock walking kids that are doing the online tournaments where they're, instead of actually taking the fish and bringing it in a live well up to the scales, they're doing it digitally. Take a picture on a measuring board and text it in. And so we're kind of reevaluating what the right move is next.
The plan is, yeah, definitely.
This breakwater has been fished. It's largely done at nighttime. My dad in the 1950s used to rent a boat and come out here, and they would just bring an oar, and they would just push the boat up against the rocks and then just keep themselves off of it with an oar.
Yeah.
And they would use pork rind, a lead head with pork rind, and then just cast it into the rocks, catch fish. So it's been going on for decades out here.
Your dad fished a lot of calico then too, right?
Yeah, I mean anything. He wasn't really a calico fisherman.
He just loved fishing.
He just loved fishing.
Yeah.
So
that's cool, man.
The reason I guess it's a nighttime fishery is you have a lot of this industrial area and it's illuminated at night pretty well. All that crane, the port, all that, there's a lot of lighting in there. So I think that keeps them a little bit more active out here at night. And then during the daytime, they just kind of hunker down. So
definitely.
The breakwater is kind of known for being a nighttime fishery.
Yeah. You have some crazy stories. I've heard some stories about you. So tell us about, you flipped your boat right down the way, huh?
Yeah, that point right there, yeah.
Wow.
Just a really kind of a freak accident. It was like today, there was a lake, there was no swell. And I was fishing up tight with the guy and looked over my shoulder and here comes a wave. And I thought I could get through it and it just took me right over, put it upside down. And then there was like 3 or 4 sets after that came through. They weren't that big, they were about shoulder high, but my boat's small and it was just enough to flip it. So fortunately the guy I was with knew how to swim and we were both safe. And
how close up were you to the beach?
Well, when it flipped I could stand. So I was probably in, you know, less than 10 feet of water when it happened, and then by the time it went over, you know,
no signs of anything.
It kind of came out of nowhere, yeah. You haven't caught one, dude?
No, I suck at fishing.
What's the weather too nice or something?
No, I just suck at fishing. Watch the master do it.
Come on, where are they? This is the spot, man.
Yeah, right.
You're supposed to get one here. I'm gonna cast over you. Over there. Got some kelp, yeah.
Stupid kelp.
Do you remember the Orlando Wilson fishing show?
I don't.
Remember the song for that? That was the funniest song ever.
Really? How did it go? Sing it for us, Eric.
No, I don't got a good voice.
No, we got to hear it now. You mentioned it.
Orlando Wilson. Fishing with Orlando Wilson. And he'd call them, instead of stripers, he'd call them stroppers.
Strippers.
We're gonna catch some stroppers. This would be the spot right here, dude.
You would think.
You should get one here. Come on. We're kind of in the prime zone. Oh, I had a bite. The first one of the day, my drag was loose. One of the few places where I like it when the water's dirty. It's like, all right, it's dirty, cool.
Dirty water.
Something about fishing, it's like a lot of it's on hunches.
But when they call people fishy, what does that mean?
I think, to me, it means a guy who's kind of dialed in with nature that kind of goes off of his hunches and what he sees.
Yeah.
From experience or just his ability to kind of look at things and kind of make decisions based on what he sees.
No, because people throw that term around a lot, fishy, and I kind of am like, I don't even know what it means, man.
Yeah.
You want to hit one more? Oh, here it comes. This is it right here. This is going to be it right here.
I don't know. The water looks good, you know, it's churny and it's kind of got a little dark color to it. I don't even like throwing these stupid things. It just looks ripe here. Oh!
You got one?
No. Ah, I thought I did.
Almost.
Oh boy. Got a tree fish. 3 pounds. Had a lot of fun today. We fished a lot of the inshore stuff inside of Long Beach, LA Harbor, but had a blast, good times.
Let this small one, dickhead.
Next week's episode features Jeff Leveson. Jeff was an SWBA tournament competitor that fished part of the series in a 14-foot aluminum boat. Please like and subscribe to Cast and Crank YouTube channel and check out the podcast on all platforms: Stitcher, Spotify, Apple, Amazon, anywhere you get your podcast.